Success is not something you run after. Success is not a finish line waiting for the desperate runner. Success is not a prize handed to those who sprint the loudest, chase the hardest, or hustle without direction. And yet, this is the great lie. Most men have swallowed that if they chase hard enough, scream loud enough, beg persistently enough, the world will finally give them what they desire. But the truth is cruel and liberating at once. Success does not respond to begging. It does not bend to desperation. It does not reward those who chase it frantically through the noise of life. Instead, success is drawn silently, magnetically, to those who transform themselves into men it cannot ignore. Success is not something pursued, it is something attracted. Like iron to a magnet, success comes to those who have built themselves into forces of nature, men whose inner strength, discipline, and vision are undeniable. Think of the greatest builders of history. Carnegie did not chase wealth door to door. He became a man of steel literally and figuratively. Edison did not run after applause. He became the embodiment of persistence until the world had no choice but to recognize him. Henry Ford did not beg the market to notice him. He built himself into a man with such clarity of vision that the market bent to his will. They were not hunters chasing. They were magnets pulling. And yet modern culture glorifies the chase. Social. Media celebrates those who appear endlessly busy, grinding for the sake of appearance. But ask yourself, if busyness equaled success, would not the poorest man who labors endlessly be the wealthiest of all? No chasing without becoming is wasted motion. To chase success is to live in scarcity, to declare with your actions that you do not yet deserve it, and so you must beg for its attention. To attract success is to live in abundance, to declare by who you are that you already embody its principles, and therefore success must find you. The man who chases women is often ignored, while the man who embodies strength, purpose, and vision finds them drawn to him naturally. The same is true with wealth, influence, and opportunity. Chase, and it runs. Become, and it arrives. This first shift understanding that success is not pursued, but attracted, is the beginning of transformation. It demands you stop wasting energy chasing shadows, and instead invest that energy in becoming the kind of man success seeks. You are not here to run after opportunities like a beggar. You are here to forge yourself into the kind of man who draws opportunity as effortlessly as the sun draws life from the earth. From this day forward, understand, chasing is weakness. Becoming is power. And everything you desire waits, not for your frantic pursuit, but for your disciplined transformation. Asterisk, if chasing is weakness, then what is the strength that makes success inevitable? The answer is found in the invisible code of attraction, a set of habits and principles so deeply embedded in the lives of the great that they rarely needed to speak of them. They lived them, and by living them, they became impossible to ignore. Success is not impressed by noise, but it is compelled by alignment. It is not persuaded by words, but it is drawn by character. It does not bend to appearances, but it submits to those who have mastered themselves. The invisible code begins with discipline. Discipline is not about punishing yourself. It is about proving to yourself that you can be trusted. A man without discipline cannot hold success, even if by accident he stumbles upon it. He will lose it as quickly as a fool who wins the lottery only to return to poverty within a few years. Why? Because he has not become the kind of man success respects. But a disciplined man? He rises slowly, steadily, unshakably. He is not chasing wealth, but wealth finds its way into his hands because he has built the strength to hold it. At Thomas Edison, do you think success was impressed by his first failure? Or his 100th? Or his 1000th? No, but Edison had aligned his life with persistence, which is one of the most magnetic forces in existence. Success had no choice but to submit. He became the kind of man whose very identity was synonymous with endurance. And because of that, the light of invention was not given to him as a gift, was attracted to him as a consequence. The second pillar of the code is vision. Success is blind to the frantic, but clear-eyed toward the man who sees further than the crowd. Andrew Carnegie was not the richest man of his time because he begged for wealth. He was rich because he carried a vision of steel cities when others could not see beyond railroads. Vision acts as a beacon. When you hold it firmly, success is drawn as if by gravity. Without vision, you are merely chasing smoke. With vision, you are pulling fire into your hands. The third pillar is identity. Success is not fooled by pretenders. It recognizes authenticity. If you wear the mask of a powerful man, but underneath you are weak, life will strip you bare. But if, in silence, you have forged a strong identity through habits of study, mastery of your craft, discipline of body, and clarity of mind, then you will not need to announce yourself. Success will announce you. Henry Ford became the man who reshaped the modern world not because he shouted about his dream, but because he embodied it so thoroughly that even failure could not deter him. He failed with the Detroit Automobile Company. He failed again with the Henry Ford Company. But he persisted. He embodied his vision, and he became so aligned with progress that the automobile itself seemed to be attracted to him, pulled into existence by his relentless identity. And there is a hidden secret within this code. Success is attracted to silence. The loudest men often have the least to show. The quiet ones, those who build in shadows, who grow their roots deep underground, are the ones who erupt one day like mountains breaking through the earth. The oak tree does not announce its growth. It grows silently, steadily, until one day its branches dominate the landscape. You must become like the oak. Every morning, ask yourself not, how can I chase? But how can I become? Every evening, measure yourself not by applause, but by progress. Did you keep your word to yourself? Did you move one step closer to embodying the man's success? Cannot resist? Understand this law. Success is never seduced by words, but it is enslaved by habits. The man who prays for wealth, but wastes his hours will never see it. The man who begs for influence, but cannot discipline his tongue, will never hold it. The man who talks of greatness, but avoids the grind of building, will never taste it. Success bows only to the man whose habits prove his worth. If you wish to attract success, stop chasing recognition and start living the invisible code. Wake before the crowd. Work when no one is watching. Speak less than you know. Endure more than you show. Build silently. Sharpen constantly. Forgive nothing in yourself. Praise nothing prematurely. Become the kind of man whose very presence commands attention, because your character has already done the announcing. History remembers men like this, not because they shouted louder, but because they became greater. Do not confuse noise with power. Noise fades. Power endures. And only those who embody the invisible code attract the kind of success that does not vanish with the winds of time. Asterisk. Every man must face the truth. Pain is the universal teacher. It comes for the rich and the poor, the strong and the weak, the wise and the foolish. You cannot run from it. You cannot silence it. You cannot bribe it to leave. Pain is inevitable. But here lies the dividing line between average men and great men. Average men are broken by pain. Great men are built by it. If success is attracted to anything, it is attracted to a man who can take suffering and transmute it into power. The world is full of those who collapse when adversity strikes, and because they collapse, success avoids them. But when adversity comes, and you refuse to bow, when pain arrives and you harness it as fuel, you become magnetic. Success is drawn to resilience. Fortune bends toward endurance. Destiny opens its doors to the man who will not be defeated by hardship. Think of Abraham Lincoln. He was born in poverty, raised in obscurity, suffered countless defeats in business and politics. He lost elections, endured personal tragedy, fought depression so deep that many thought he would never rise. And yet, he turned every wound into wisdom, every setback into steel. The very pain that could have destroyed him became the fire that purified him. And when the nation faced its darkest hour, success was drawn irresistibly to him, because he had become the kind of man who could hold a broken nation together. Thomas Edison, again, teaches us the same law. 10,000 failures did not repel him from his vision. They became the very evidence of his unbreakable will. Failure is the language of attraction. When success sees a man who refuses to quit, it leans in, it tests him further. And when the man holds, success commits itself to him. The weak man avoids failure, and therefore avoids success. The strong man embraces failure, and therefore embraces destiny. Pain is not the enemy. It is the sculptor. Imagine marble resisting the chisel. It would remain a lifeless stone. But when it yields to the strike, it becomes a statue that inspires generations. In the same way, when you resist pain, you remain average. When you embrace it, you become extraordinary. Success is attracted to the statue, not the stone. You must learn to speak the language of suffering. When hardship arrives, do not ask, "Why me?" Ask instead, "What am I becoming through this?" Do not say, "This is unfair." Say instead, "This is forging me." The universe is not against you. It is testing you, tempering you, shaping you into the man who deserves the very success you claim to seek. Look at every man who rose from nothing to greatness, and you will find the same pattern. Pain was their ally. Rejection was their teacher. Loneliness was their companion. And through it all, they did not chase applause. They did not demand recognition. They became more. And because they became more, success could not ignore them. Is a secret few will understand. Suffering refines attraction. The man who has never suffered cannot hold success, because the first blow of adversity will strip him of everything. But the man who has bled, who has wept, who has endured silently, in the shadows, that man becomes unshakable. Success cannot resist him, because he has proven that nothing can break him. So the question is not, how do I avoid pain? The question is, how do I use it? The answer is simple, though not easy. Take every hardship and channel it into discipline. Let your heartbreak drive you to the gym at dawn. Let your failures drive you to study until your eyes burn. Let your betrayals drive you to build a character so strong, no man can take from you what you have built. Pain is wasted if it only wounds you. But if it drives you, then pain becomes the most powerful magnet you will ever possess. Consider this. Gold is purified only by fire. Steel is strengthened only by heat. Diamonds are formed only under crushing pressure. Do you see the pattern? The greater the force of nature, the harsher the process that forged it. So why do you imagine your path should be easier? If you are to become magnetic to success, you must endure the very conditions that make you worthy of it. When the world watches, it is impressed by results. But when the universe watches, it is impressed by process. It studies how you handle pain, how you face failure, how you rise after falling. And only when you prove that you cannot be destroyed does it open the door to the success you claim to want. Your scars are not weaknesses. They are signals. To the weak, they are warnings to avoid you. To the strong, they are proof that you are trustworthy. To success, they are proof that you are unbreakable. So stop hiding your pain. Stop wishing it away. Stop imagining that success will come in the absence of suffering. Success comes only in the presence of transformation, and transformation is born of pain. Do not chase applause. Do not chase recognition. Do not even chase wealth. Become the man who suffers with purpose, who endures with strength, who rises with power. And then success will chase you. You must learn to speak the language of suffering. When hardship arrives, do not ask, "Why me?" Ask instead, "What? Am I becoming through this?" Do not say, "This is unfair." Say instead, "This is forging me." The universe is not against you. It is testing you, tempering you, shaping you into the man who deserves the very success you claim to seek. Look at every man who rose from nothing to greatness, and you will find the same pattern. Pain was their ally. Rejection was their teacher. Loneliness was their companion. And through it all, they did not chase applause. They did not demand recognition. They became more. And because they became more, success could not ignore them. Is a secret few will understand. Suffering refines attraction. The man who has never suffered cannot hold success, because the first blow of adversity will strip him of everything. But the man who has bled, who has wept, who has endured silently, in the shadows, that man becomes unshakable. Success cannot resist him, because he has proven that nothing can break him. So the question is not, how do I avoid pain? The question is, how do I use it? The answer is simple, though not easy. Take every hardship and channel it into discipline. Let your heartbreak drive you to the gym at dawn. Let your failures drive you to study until your eyes burn. Let your betrayals drive you to build a character so strong no man can take from you what you have built. Pain is wasted if it only wounds you. But if it drives you, then pain becomes the most powerful magnet you will ever possess. Consider this. Gold is purified only by fire. Steel is strengthened only by heat. Diamonds are formed only under crushing pressure. Do you see the pattern? The greater the force of nature, the harsher the process that forged it. So why do you imagine your path should be easier? If you are to become magnetic to success, you must endure the very conditions that make you worthy of it. When the world watches, it is impressed by results. But when the universe watches, it is impressed by process. It studies how you handle pain, how you face failure, how you rise after falling. And only when you prove that you cannot be destroyed does it open the door to the success you claim to want. Your scars are not weaknesses. They are signals. To the weak, they are warnings to avoid you. To the strong, they are proof that you are trustworthy. To success, they are proof that you are unbreakable. So stop hiding your pain. Stop wishing it away. Stop imagining that success will come in the absence of suffering. Success comes only in the presence of transformation, and transformation is born of pain. Do not chase applause. Do not chase recognition. Do not even chase wealth. Become the man who suffers with purpose, who endures with strength, who rises with power. And then success will chase you. Asterisk, if there is one truth that separates men who chase from men who attract, it is this. Success does not care about what you want. It responds to what you are. And what you are is the sum of your daily habits. A man may say he desires wealth. He may pray for influence. He may shout to the skies that he wants greatness. But if his mornings are wasted in idleness, if his hours are swallowed by distractions, if his evenings are consumed by trivial pleasures, then he is not a magnet, he is a beggar. Success does not hear his cries, because success is deaf to words and blind to wishes. It responds only to action, to rhythm, to the invisible discipline of daily repetition. Think of the farmer. He does not beg the ground to produce crops. He tills it. He plants seed after seed, waters them, removes weeds day after day, whether the sun shines or the rain falls. He works the land with patience, and because of his habits, the soil becomes his servant. Success is the same. It will not be chased. into your life, but it will be cultivated into your destiny by the discipline of your daily habits. Benjamin Franklin understood this law. He created a system of 13 virtues, each to be practiced daily. He was not interested in a single burst of inspiration. He was committed to the architecture of repetition. And because of that, success was drawn to him, not as a stroke of luck, but as the natural attraction of discipline. Men who chase live by mood. Men who attract live by structure. The difference is night and day. The man who lives by mood says, I don't feel like rising early today. The man who attracts says, I rise because it is my law. The man who lives by mood says, I will wait until I'm motivated. The man who attracts says, I move whether I feel it or not. The man who lives by mood lives as a slave to fleeting emotions. The man who attracts lives as a master of himself. And mastery is irresistible to success. Your habits are magnets. Weak habits repel. Strong habits attract. Laziness repels wealth. Focus attracts it. Complaining repels opportunity. Gratitude attracts it. Indulgence repels respect. Discipline attracts it. Every habit you keep is either pushing success away or pulling it closer. There is no neutral ground. Do you wish to know the formula? Begin with the morning. The first hour of your day is the architect of your destiny. Waste it, and the foundation of your life crumbles. Guard it, and your empire rises. The great men of history understood this. They guarded their mornings like kings guard their thrones. Rise before the noise of the world begins. Sit in silence. Plan with clarity. Move your body to strengthen your will. Read to sharpen your mind. Write to focus your intentions. These are not small actions. They are declarations to the universe that you are not chasing, you are becoming. Then, move into the day with structure. Work in blocks of focused effort. Give yourself to the task with total attention. Do not scatter your energy in 1,000 directions. Concentration is the amplifier of attraction. A scattered man chases. A focused man draws everything toward him. Guard your words. The man who wastes speech wastes power. The one who speaks less but acts more builds a silent gravity around him that others cannot resist. Leaders do not need to announce their leadership. It radiates from the weight of their character. Guard your environment. Who surrounds you shapes who you are becoming. The weak are drowned by the crowd. The strong choose their company carefully. Build a circle that reinforces discipline, that challenges mediocrity, that respects silence. The wrong environment will make you chase. The right one will make you magnetic. And when the day closes, review yourself. Ask, did I live today as the man I seek to become? Do not excuse failure. Do not hide from weakness. Face yourself with brutal honesty. Improvement is born from reflection, and reflection is the law of men who attract greatness. This is the secret. Daily habits create identity, and identity is the force that success cannot resist. A single act of discipline will not change your life, but 1,000 acts, performed silently, consistently, relentlessly, will turn you into a man the world cannot ignore. Imagine two men. The first speaks endlessly about his dreams, posting his ambitions for all to see, yet his days are empty, his habits weak. The second says nothing. He rises at dawn, works without distraction, studies while others waste time, saves while others spend, builds while others boast. 10 years later, the first man is forgotten. The second man is unshakable, respected, wealthy, powerful. Why? Because one chased attention, while the other became the kind of man success is forced to follow. Must decide which one you will be. Will you chase in circles until your strength is gone? Or will you build daily habits that turn you into a magnet of destiny? Asterisk, here is the final truth. Success is not something you run after, It is something that runs after you when you become the man it cannot ignore. And becoming that man is not an accident. It is a choice repeated daily, forged in silence, proven in action, and revealed only in results that do not waste your years chasing applause, recognition, or validation. Those who chase are always hungry, always desperate, always restless. Instead, choose the higher path, the path of attraction. Build yourself until your very presence commands respect. Train your mind until no distraction can move it. Discipline your body until no weakness can break it. Shape your character until even in silence, your strength is undeniable. That the average man believes success is out there, something he must run after, something he must fight to catch. The superior man knows success is in here, inside his identity, inside his habits, inside his unshakable discipline. When he becomes the right man, the right opportunities, the right people, the right wealth, the right destiny are drawn to him as naturally as rivers are drawn to the ocean. So I ask you now, who will you become? Will you keep chasing shadows, or will you build yourself into the kind of man who makes shadows chase him? Will you remain average, begging the world for scraps, or will you become magnetic, forcing success itself to bend toward your gravity? The decision is yours. But remember this, your future is already watching. Your destiny is waiting for the answer. If this message has struck something deep inside you, don't let it fade. Take action now. Like this video so the message spreads. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the daily wisdom that rebuilds your mind and reshapes your future. And share this message with another man who needs to stop chasing and start becoming. Because in the end, success isn't chased, it's attracted. And when you become the man success cannot ignore, the world itself will have no choice but to follow.